So this video is about hypothyroidism type 2, um, also called subclinical hypothyroidism. There's a lot of different thyroid issues, hypothyroid being one of the most common, and also subclinical, which is harder to detect, or hypothyroidism type 2. I learned about it from, there's a book by Mark Starr called Hypothyroidism type 2. It's pretty informative and good. It's important to find someone if you suspect that you have thyroid symptoms or you've gained weight and a lot of fatigue and even some brain fog. It could be due to a lot of things, but generally it's due to some kind of thyroid issue. They're a lot more common than people think. People typically think if they have a history or health history of or their family history has some history of thyroid issues, that's just the only cause is that or people that have it, but a lot of people can develop it in a number of different ways. If you're too strict on a diet, even like eating disorders like orthorexia, anorexia, bulimia can affect it. And also your adrenal health can also impact it too. And that can be affected by blood sugar, having an improper diet, not getting enough sleep, too stressed out, a lot of different things. Generally, people want to go on a paleo-temperate diet and want to ease into it. Also want to look into other genetic factors, such as getting the 23andMe test, which I would really recommend for a lot of people, because a lot of people have a lot of mutations which can affect their hormones, their thyroid health, their adrenal health, their mental health, their physical health. About 10 to 30% have at least one or more MTHFR mutations and other mutations that affect their detoxification and methylation, which is behind a lot of common health ailments, a lot of physical and mental ones. And generally, thyroid issues are pretty complex to deal with. You want to find either a naturopath or a functional medicine practitioner, and we'll look into like why and how behind your thyroid issues. Generally, you can approach it from a number of different ways, but through diet, therapies, medication, supplements. There are those that can treat it naturally, but it's I find that generally, though, that it's good to get at least some kind of thyroid medication. You can take the active form, which is more controversial and can cause your heartbeat or pulse to fluctuate. There's inactive, which I think is the most common. And then there's also like bioidentical ones, and there's like Thyroid, which is like a natural thyroid supplement or medication, I should say. But if you want to get it tested, you really have to test the whole thyroid, which is T3, T4, TSH, reverse T3 to T4, and also thyroid antibodies. That will show how the whole health and cycle of the thyroid is actually doing. It could be there could be some other issues like adrenal, or it could be pituitary, other problems. And the thyroid antibodies is to test for Hashimoto's or any autoimmunity, which you definitely want to. Inflammation and autoimmunity cause a lot of health problems, especially thyroid issues. And iodine is iodine is good. Sometimes it's not so good. You have to do some research. Chris Kresser has done a lot of research on this, but seaweed is a good source of iodine, and you want to try and avoid like soy and gluten, and for most people also dairy. They can cause a lot of inflammation and thyroid problems, and you want to treat the body as a whole, which is You want to treat adrenal health, thyroid health, and gut health. Anyways, hypothyroidism type 2 or subclinical hypothyroidism is a lot more harder to detect, and sometimes you can get some interesting symptoms, like with myself, like my appetite fluctuates. That doesn't always happen, but I've noticed it, at least myself, and I've heard some other people, and that can be due to thyroid problems and or adrenal problems and other complex health issues. Anyways, check out the Squidoo, and if you're interested in more information, get the Mark Starr book, which is pretty good. And also, you can look up Paleo Physicians, which is a network of doctors who use the paleo diet to treat health issues, and also look up functional medicine doctor, naturopath. Most naturopaths they're more use the functional medicine approach, and they more investigate and look into things more. There's also some other issues I know, like heavy metals and toxicity, and because a lot of people are exposed either to metals, heavy metals, or chemicals that can affect it as well, so you might want to treat that as well. But yeah, that's basically it in a nutshell on hypothyroidism type 2. So check out the Squidoo. If you have any comments or have any experiences or how you've treated it, feel free to leave a comment on your experience. If not, that's it.